remote.
We get the damn. Heard it's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. It's another man down in my city, Brody Chopper got a red dot and some titties. I ain't with the drama. I'm just trying to touch a milli. I'm a addy dropper. Cause on my mama we get busy. Plug pull up with the pack and I ain't even bust it down. Couple minutes on my phone, I promise I'm gonna get it gone. I stay solid, I get caught, I'm fighting till they sit me down. You get caught, you singing like a nigga in the studio. Brody sold the whip for 1,000 cause we just slid in it. I really make a house call, fuck if your kids in it. Been through some shit that's why my heart too froze. You ain't living what you rapping in a studio. You get your noodle blown, fucking with the opposition. My brother making decisions on anybody that's dissing. With the quickness, I'ma make a decision. I'm on a mission. You tripping, thinking we missing. I'm shooting up with precision. Red beam on the barrel to give myself some assistance. My brother come through like sniper, he knock you off from a distance. Big foe with no foe, I'm balling just like a piston.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the El Nino Podcast. I'm Eladio Nino, and this is Real Everyday People. So, man, I had a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody, had a smooth weekend. I know Saturday it was windy. I know everybody's probably worried about their power getting knocked out again. My prayers go to those if your power did go out, because I know we've been dealing with a lot of that lately, and that could just be a huge inconvenience to our lives. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully everybody's good. But my Saturday, man, was excellent. Shout out to my man Dominic Ovando. Plug me in, man. He asked me to be a podcaster at the Undying Love premiere in Warren at the MJR Universal Cinema Theater, and man, I got the opportunity to interview all the actors, all the directors, the writers. I mean, everybody, actresses, everybody who played a part in this new movie called Undying Love. Shout out to Diesel, man, and these are the same people who are doing McGraw Abs. So I was definitely honored. Felt very privileged, and for me, that's a notch under my belt. That's another level up. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this year 2023, tap in or tap out, man. I'm taking off. You know what I'm saying? I got all the right people supporting me, and I'm building bridges everywhere I go, man. So much love to y'all, and everybody who I interviewed will be on this podcast in that seat sharing their story. So I'm definitely excited about that. But enough about me. Let's get to my guest. He got an awesome story. This is my man, Jay Hernandez. What's up with you, brother?
How you doing, boss?
I'm good, man. Welcome to the El Nino Podcast, bro.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, my guy, man. So let the people know a little bit about you, man. Tell them where you from, where you grew up at, what it is and what it ain't.
Hi, my name is Jay Hernandez. I grew up in Southwest Detroit, Norman Street, Norman and Pitt. Grade school, went to St. Stephen's Catholic school over by Central and Michigan Avenue.
What was that like, man, going to a Catholic school?
It's crazy now that you think about it, because, there ain't no Catholic schools like there used to be.
I knew like Holy Redeemer.
Yeah, I went there too for my freshman year. But, it's a lot different. Here goes the thing. The kids that you grew up with that was in your class, they're like your brothers and sisters, because you guys don't leave the classroom. You know how you switch in public school? You stay in the same classroom. So if you're in second grade, you're with the same people all day. Then it goes on to third, goes on to fourth. So yeah, it was crazy. But I went to Holy Redeemer my freshman year. They had enough of me. So
so you did go to Holy Redeemer as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right out of St. Stephen's. My mom, matter of fact, I went to Wilson. Wilson over.
Yeah,
I went to Wilson, 7th grade, first, second quarter at Wilson. My mom's like, no. She put me in Clifford Academy, 3rd and 4th.
Okay.
And then after that, she said, fuck that. Going right back to St. Stephen's.
Damn, for
so
real?
8th grade, yeah. So
she wasn't feeling the public school vibe for you or what?
She tried, man. It didn't work out for her. It was
so
cool
them
for
boys
me.
are thugging too hard,
Yeah, yeah. So Holy Redeemer, got in a few fights, whatever. Being a knucklehead, they're like, no, you can't come back here. So I wanted to go to Western. That was my...
I know you did.
I want to go to public school.
Shout out to Western International.
Yes, sir. And she was like, oh, yeah, you motherfucker, you want to go to West? She put me in Cabrini for the first, hey, back then there wasn't no kids from the neighborhood.
They say, watch what you ask for, huh?
Hey, she was like, you got it. So I'm up in there. Man, I ain't going to lie, it lasted probably about 2 months.
Okay.
It's a knucklehead, man. And after that, Archdiocese, they were like, "No, you're done." So I went to
They had,
Western.
they had to throw holy water on you.
Yeah. So the crazy thing about it is it's kind of backwards if you think about it, because I'm over here getting into fights and stuff in the Catholic schools. So I went to Western 10th grade. Never got in a fight again. Graduated in 2000.
Crazy. Why do you think that is?
I
Was
don't
it
know,
you?
man.
Was it your environment? Was it the, I don't know. I mean, what do you think changed your mind state?
You know what? I take accountability, man. It's me. I was a knucklehead, but here goes the thing. People be like, "Oh, he went to St. Stephen's. He's this," or "He went to Redeemer." It's the same motherfucking kids from the same neighborhood. Their parents just might have a few more dollars.
I feel like maybe being around a bunch of proper etiquette, students, and you being having a wild heart made you probably stand out because they was more in line with things.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then once you went to Western and you're amongst a lot of troublemakers, you didn't stand out as much because everybody's the same.
That's exactly how it is.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
nailed it right there.
Yes. And so you like blended right on in.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
day, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just told the story the other day, and I totally forgot about it. There was this dude that I looked like that was a big time knucklehead, right? And I ain't gonna say no names, but I guess I looked just like him. First day at Western, my cousin Katie, I knew my cousin Katie and a few people, but not a lot of people. Homeboy rolled up on me in the hallway. He wanted to hit me with some brass knuckles. Come to find out, the dude that looks like me, shot him like 7 or 8 times.
Damn.
So, yeah.
Holy shit.
So, whatever, they're like, it's not him, and I never liked that dude.
Was
after
it
that.
gang related or was it
That
just
was
a
gang
beef?
related, yeah.
Okay.
So, but here goes the thing. I'm at a house party a couple months later after that. All these dudes would come up to me talking in my ear, and I'm like, what the fuck's these guys? Why they keep talking to me and shit? And then the dude that
What were they saying?
just I tell you, like, personal shit that he would talk, because the dude that looked like me, that's who they
Okay.
thought I was.
Okay. Oh,
So,
shit.
and I swear to God, I'm not lying. They're talking to me out here. And then the real dude came in the room. I'll never forget it. He walked in, and I looked. I said, oh, hell no. I'm like, shit. And everybody in the whole place was like, come here, grabbing around. You know what I mean? So I'm like, out of all people, I got to look like this dude, man, that done did all kinds of crazy ass shit. You know what I mean?
Hell no. You look like the guy who's a terrorist.
Yeah, but at my graduation party, I just told my cousin Jimmy this story the other day. It was off the chain, man. We graduated in 2000. It was on a Thursday, Romanowski Hall, over by Lyon.
Yeah.
Hey, no lie, I had 5 of my teachers up in there. I got kicked out of class every day, all day, man. But the teachers, they just loved. I don't know, they just liked me. They put up with me, man. But they were there. It was like a couple hundred people, like without exaggerating, on a Thursday. Afterward, my dude gets on the microphone. I remember we had DJ Paradise. Remember the girl?
Yeah.
She's throwing Latin freestyle. We had
Dang, she's old school,
off
bro.
the chain, right? It was. I'm not saying because it's my party. Like, it was off the. He goes, after party back on Norman. My mouth was like, motherfucker, right? Hey, we had.
Those were the best parties.
Oh,
were the
man.
house parties, though, bro.
Oh man, but we lived on Norman. My whole life. My parents lived on Norman. But we had from Pitt, like damn near the Bell, man, with people, just
Oh,
everybody.
shit.
Thursday
Okay.
night, of course, shit started 2-3 in the morning. Motherfuckers start shooting.
Yeah,
It's just inevitable.
everybody's under the influence.
But that dude, the one who's gonna hit me with the brass knuckles,
Yeah.
he was all fucked up on something. And I remember he was walking, and then he was looking at my stepdad like he's hard. He goes, what the fuck's this guy looking at? I'm drinking, I'm young. I said, what are you looking at, Mo? You know what I mean? I got him back. And everybody's like, it's your graduation party, Jay. Stop. But there was a lot of animosity from that.
From that first time.
And
Yeah.
this was 3 years later. So I remember after that, I guess come to find out he was on ecstasy or some shit. And he was
Oh,
on fuck.
yeah.
So he didn't really want to get down like
he wasn't
that.
even in the right mind
Yeah,
state.
yeah. So I remember we were chilling and shit. My stepdad, my uncle, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's go down there. I'm like, all right. We went down there. Homeboy's on the porch. I was telling him, apologize, this and that. And his one dude was like, my nigga ain't got to apologize to shit. As soon as that, my boy, my best friend that I grew up with, wow. And after that shooting, and then after that, the party was over.
Oh man, that's all it takes. You already know it's coming. It's just a matter of fact of
You
when
ain't have-
and who. You know what I mean?
Hey, there ain't no way, man, in the history of Norman Street, you have an after party and tell everybody to come on the street 3 a.m.
I'll tell you what,
ain't
that's
last-
dangerous though, to look like somebody who shot somebody.
That
You know
was-
what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, for sure.
That
for
is
sure.
crazy.
I guess he hit him like 8 times and had him in a coma and shit too.
Damn, 7, 8, and you look just like him.
I
Shit,
did
you
look
lucky
just
he
like
came
this
at you
guy,
with
man.
brass knuckles and ain't just kill you on the spot.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Yeah, no doubt about it,
Yeah.
man. So, did you grow up with both your parents? Were you in a single parent home? How did that go?
Well, my mom and my dad, they got divorced when I was probably like 7 years old.
Okay.
I grew up with my stepdad and my mom, and they're divorced now. But my whole life, I basically had a mom and a dad in the household. And my dad, I still, he was in my life as well. So I
Okay.
kind of had two, you know what I mean?
That's
In a way.
good. No, that's good, bro.
And it's
For
really
real.
important, I think that has a lot to do with as good as I am right now. I could always be better. I'm not, you know what I mean? But at the rate that I am, in my life, I think it has a lot to do with that, being able to have like, parents in the household and stuff like that. Because they always say as good as your parents.
Man, no doubt, because there's more men, even men as we are now, who grew up without having male role models. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a lot of male figures in my life, but they wasn't all positive. Everybody was in a gang. Everybody
Yeah.
was selling drugs. Everybody was snorting coke. Everybody was selling weed. Everybody had guns. Like, I mean, since childhood, these are things that were like normal to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seeing this kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to become a product of my environment. Eventually, I'm going to join a gang. I selling drugs young. You know what I'm saying? So, it was more about, not having that male figure to teach me, the value of education, the value of, work ethics, and teaching you about, financial literacy and planning for the future and thinking about the future and things like that. Like, everything was about living for today, because tomorrow's never promised.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Only the strong survive. My mom used to tell me and my brothers that our whole lives, only the strong survive. So, me, without being explained what that means to me, as most people do, feel like it's all about brute strength. It's about strength in numbers. It's about dominance.
Yep.
And it's not.
It's not.
Only the strong survive. I learned it the most, not only going from a residential jungle to a concrete jungle, but, that mindset is what really got me through the streets. And it got me through prison.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I learned how to use my mind, though. I learned that your brain is the strongest muscle that you possess. And once you learn how to utilize your brain, you can change the dynamics of your whole life, your whole environment, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
For
true
real.
story. Yeah, because, a lot of these guys, man, and, it's not like that's what they signed up for, to be a single mother in the household. But a lot of these guys, they go up in the store, man, acting up, throwing shit, just going crazy. And you're thinking they learned that from their emotional mother. Their
Yeah.
mother is an emotional person. She's a woman.
Yeah.
And she see a lot of, people seen that out of their mother, and they didn't have, a father to basically make it balanced out. So that's why they do what they do, a lot of people. So I'm very, very grateful, that I had that much. But, I still, man, had a rough situation, that I put myself in. But like you said, product of your environment. So it ain't, 100% my fault that things went the way they did, but I'm just glad that they are the way they are now. 'Cause It makes
Okay.
my story so much better. I wouldn't take anything back.
Okay, so what happened to you, man? Share. I want to hear about this
Man.
one. And
Shit.
so do they.
Yeah. Well, shit. I started cutting hair when I was 14 years old.
For real? 14 years old? Who inspired you to cut hair? What made
Well,
you want to do that?
Jimmy the barber. Jimmy.
That's
Not my
my
cousin
guy.
Jimmy, but Jimmy Fakori.
Oh, that's
Perfect
my
Image.
dog, man. Man, I went to him for years.
Shout out to
bro.
Jimmy. Everybody
Shout
did.
out to Jimmy, man. That's my guy,
Hey,
man.
anybody went to Jimmy back then. And
Yup.
when I seen the way he was moving, man, and how he got respect in the neighborhood and everybody knew him, and I seen this guy, he had a Rolex, and this guy, he was doing his thing. I was like, man, I don't like getting dirty. Which all my whole family, they do mechanic work. Oh, Jay don't like getting dirty. I'm like, fuck, whatever. But it is what it is. But
he found you a clean hustle.
yeah. So Jimmy was my number one inspiration in the beginning, but I started cutting hair off a bet.
Off of
if
a
this
bet?
bet would have never took place, I don't think I've ever would have picked up a pair of clippers.
Damn.
So
What was the bet?
All right, so my cousin Adam, shout out to Adam Bradley. We were playing video game, and we used to always bet. We'd always bet like a couple of dollars, we're kids, and playing hockey NHL. And I remember one day we didn't have no more money, so I'm like, shit, man. I'd always talk about like go run around the corner or some dumb shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But my mom, she goes to these garage sales to this day and buys a bunch of shit she don't need. Right?
Man, my mother does the same shit.
Yeah.
Mijo, I just came from a garage sale, mijo, and I bought you something.
Yeah. So
Me, all my brothers, every time. That's what she does all summer. She loves it.
But I'm glad that she does that because I should look over. I'm like, fucking pair of clippers. Like little piece of shit rusted up. Ma, where you get these? I got them from our garage sale. I was like, all right. So whoever wins the game gets to cut the other one's hair.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And without exaggerating, man, this was like double, triple overtime, back and forth. Crazy ass game. Finally, boom. All right, sit your ass down.
Damn.
Hey,
you
I
won.
butchered them so bad.
Oh.
I remember the Clippers, are getting so hot. Damn. Man, but anyways.
Talking about you just been did that.
Yeah. I turned it off. But anyways, burning the shit out of his neck, man. And he wouldn't let me cut his hair again for years and years and years.
Damn.
But after that, I get the Clippers, get my book bag, go on my bike. Everybody around the neighborhood, let me cut your hair. Let me cut your hair. Some people said no. Some people say yeah. But
So did you ever cut his hair again ever in life?
Well, he got locked up.
Oh yeah,
he was
he in the
locked
bathroom. He in the bathroom getting his hair cut. Then
He got locked up for
unless
a
he
couple
getting
years.
on a call out.
For a couple of years, and then when he got out, it was years later. He finally gave me another shot. No matter how good I got, he just had such a bad experience that day.
You chopped him up, you burnt him, you did all kinds of shit. Hell
so-
no, you ain't coming back for seconds.
Yeah, he let me again. So I'm glad that that day took place because, like I said, I don't think that I would have picked up a pair of clippers.
Yup, my man. So, who since you've been doing this? You said you started at 14. How old are you now?
40.
Okay, you 40. So you got time in, and you a veteran with this haircut and shit.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Who are some of the barbers that have inspired you? You know what I'm saying, or contributed to your growth?
Like I said, Jimmy for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Marty from
Jimmy, that's an OG right there. You hear me?
Yeah, you got to get him on, man. For
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. I
still
definitely
talk
got to
him here
reach
and
out
there.
to him for sure.
Yeah, that guy's like, man, just put it this way. Nobody did a lineup in Southwest before Jimmy. And then Marty from El Tropical.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy was another one to come with the straight razor. But before that,
Shit, they used to have Jerry's on Liver Noise right next to Focus Hope.
got my first haircut.
Yeah, we used to get the two-tone double fade.
What about Dino's? Remember Dino's?
Dino's, yeah.
Yep.
So Jimmy, I always try to get my hair cut by Jimmy, but his shit used to slap so hard even back then. You know what I'm saying? I could never get in, so I used to have Patty cut my hair all the
Yep.
time, and she was a beast.
Yeah.
But it was cool because Family Treats was right across the street. So, if I ever had to wait, I'd go over there and get my old chili dog, you know what I'm saying?
Some good memories.
Yeah, no doubt about it, bro. But it was crazy, man. Just coming back, getting out after missing damn near 2 decades of the neighborhood and coming back and just seeing some of it are the same businesses, but just different names, different owners, different people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
family tree.
I love seeing that the hood is vibrant, man, and there's so many more business owners. You know what I mean? And people just being productive and positive and contributing to the economy. You know what I'm saying? Of the neighborhood.
It's such a beautiful thing to go down Vernon and see there's not too many vacant, buildings. It's flourishing down there,
I was taking one of my coworkers for a tour of Southwest. She's from the West Side. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna take you on a tour because we're gonna start doing a lot of work in this community. So I took her through Del Rey. I took her by Bayside. We went to Ecorse. We went through Rouge. We went to McGraw. We went through Michigan. I took her all through and told her because she was like, well, is it different from East and West? And I was like, well. We got Werner, we got the Werner boys, you know what I'm saying, and then we got the McGraw boys, you know what I'm saying. But everybody Southwest though, you know what I mean. We all represent, one nation under God.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure.
Yup. But I love it though. Even like when you go on McGraw, like back in the days, I used to live right there on Cecil between Michigan and McGraw, and like shit was dilapidated. Mm-hmm. But when I came home, like you seen, like everybody turned it into what they wanted. Now it's all you smell is good food, the chickens, the restaurant, the diversity. You know what I'm saying? And then like I love it, because it's so close to Dearborn.
Mm-hmm.
We have all the Middle Eastern brothers, and sisters. They right there combined right there in McGraw.
Yeah.
Even on Verner, shit, we go right there, right into, at the end of Dix and Verner.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
When you got home, you probably went over to Chatsey and seen it was no longer there.
Yeah, yup.
Did you go there?
Yeah, we went there today.
Did you go to high school there, though?
No, hell no. I went to school in River Rouge.
Okay, that's right. Yep.
Riverside Panthers. Man.
Let's go.
The only time I used to go to Western is when I was on some gangbanging shit.
Right.
Because all my people went to Western, you know what I mean? So they would call me, hey, bro, meet us outside the school. Shit's about to pop off, you know what I mean? I'll pull up with the homies, take about 4 or 5 guys with me. We'd be sitting out there waiting. Man, I'll tell you, we was young. We was wild. I know people talk about young people today. Oh, they was crazy. I'm like, dog, we was crazy too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Something comes to my mind right now. Something, what you just said. Like someone asked me the other day about the Western Cowboys. Like, hey, how was your football team? I was like, man, nobody went to a game ever. You know what I mean? I didn't even know who was playing, nothing. And I remember one day we were coming out of school, and all of a sudden, man, there's like 15 cars driving down, coming on the street saying, hey, SO, and they're talking mad shit. And I don't know why they're doing it. I don't even know what's SO. You know what that is, right?
SO? No.
That's Southwestern. SO, that's what they say.
Okay.
We were playing them in homecoming, and I thought they were just being disrespectful. So my boys like, what the fuck these guys talking about? They're like 15 car, deep. And this dude, man, just grabbed a gun, broke the window out, this and that. And I thought back, now that I'm older, I think back like, what the fuck is wrong with us, man? You know what I mean? But
we didn't have a care in the world, man.
Southwestern's big into sports. You know what I mean? They were always big into sports. Southwestern
okay.
Against Western in the homecoming game. But I'm just saying, like, nobody watched or was into sports back then in high school. Not my crew. There were some jocks, but we didn't even know their names. But yeah.
So what are some of your favorite haircuts to do? Or so what are some of your most challenging haircuts that you've had to do?
Challenging? Well, there's a haircut that I don't do. That I refuse to do.
Which one is that?
It's a flat top.
A flat top?
Yeah.
Like the Kid and Play flat top?
No. Like the Sergeant Bilko military style.
Hell no.
Yeah, like I've did maybe 1 or 2, and I don't like doing them. And most of the time the people that get them, I don't like them either. So I don't fuck with them.
Okay. I get it. I catch your drift.
Hey, just put it this way. If you get pulled over by a cop, and he's got a flat top, your ass is going to get tased and go to jail.
He's got a military background.
Yeah, you ain't getting out of that one.
So what's one of your favorite? Like, what's easy
bald
for
fade,
you?
Man.
Bald fade? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I guess a bald fade, man, would be harder than, a longer. But I encourage everyone to get a bald fade. And I tell people this, like, someone wants to get a number 1 or 2. It might take a while because it sounds crazy. It's bald fade, the word bald fade, but they look at it like you're going to shave your head bald.
Yeah.
But I've only had 2 people get a bald fade for the first time and go back to getting a regular haircut. Usually it's once you're locked in, that's your haircut for life.
Yeah. So while I was in prison, like I always got a fade. That was my thing. I always got a low fade. I liked it. It was clean, whatever. And then one time, my sons, Victor and Emilio, they had came to see me in the joint, and they was like, man, that's an old ass haircut. You keep getting that same shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, what I'm supposed to get? And they was like, you got to get tapers. They had like little tapers because they like, yeah, I just went and got a haircut. But I'm like, where? Like, I don't see nothing. You know what I mean? Because their shit was thick on top, but the sides were cleaned up. And I ain't really comprehend that. But he was like, no, they was like, see if them boys in there know how to do a taper. So I went back after the visit and shit. I was like, y'all know how to do a taper? You know what a taper is? They was like, yeah, I got you. So I got it the first time. I ain't really like it. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know, maybe he just didn't do it right, or maybe it was just me, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I'm straight, man. Keep sticking with the fade. And then And then I ended up trying it again because they was coming up to see me. I said, man, I don't want my sons to get the blazing on me.
Yeah.
So I got it again, and they was like, oh, okay, that boy looks, you look good. You know what I'm saying? And then I started to embrace it because, it's a clean lineup. It's just it was more sophisticated, I think, for me, rather than a fade, like a nice-ass taper.
Yeah, I think
Felt
once
like
you
a
get
gentleman.
Yeah, for sure. I think once you get a little bit older, man, you could get a taper, man, and not really feel like you didn't get a haircut. Because I get about, hey, man, Jimmy. All right, my bad, guys. I turned it off, man. It's still doing the same thing. But anyways, I couldn't get a taper because I feel like I didn't have a haircut. You know how it's just, bald right here. It'll drive me crazy. It'll look sweet, somebody, lay it out. But I just feel like I didn't have a haircut. So I can never, do it and give me anxiety, man. You know what I mean?
Have you ever had to give the Edgar cut yet to anybody? Because I was like, what's going on? Like, I see, like, this is what the new generation, they embracing this shit.
Yeah. I did one or two. Jimmy, my cousin, he did quite a few.
The Edgar cuts?
Yeah, this guy, he got a few. Matter of fact, my cousin, which is our cousin, her boyfriend, they've been together for years and years. He gets one of those, right, Jimmy? The Edgar.
So what do you got to do? Like put a bowl on her head and
Basically,
cut around it, or how does that go?
I don't know, man, but yeah, they're a unique haircut, and a lot of kids are getting them nowadays.
That's one of the things that I noticed when I came home is that society has changed. They have broke down all the barriers of what normal looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like, people exercise their inner selves on a regular basis, bro. They recreate themselves. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people are turning themselves into animation. Yeah. When you see people, you go to the mall, you can go to the store, anywhere, and people literally look like cartoons. You know what I'm saying? For sure. See, anybody got the big red boots they've been selling?
You know what, man? I seen those for the first time this morning.
You seen them already?
No, my kids were showing me a video of that little dude, the little Russian dude.
I know you're talking about.
He put him on. What's his name?
I forget who you're talking about, but I know. Okay.
Yeah, he put them on, man, and they were all the way up to here on them or whatever. But yeah, I just had seen those for the first time today.
And they selling out like crazy, bro.
What kind are they?
I couldn't even tell you, bro.
I
don't know what they call them, spaceman boots. I don't know what they call them, Brian. I know you know. You don't know? Okay.
Shit, I'm straight. I ain't wearing none of those.
You do. I know you do.
Oh, you want a pair?
Yeah, he want to look like a Martian.
Shit, fair enough. Yeah.
But, it's just, just seeing that, people are just exercising what's made comfortable for them, bro. Mm-hmm. I mean, even you see people, they'll be in the mall in pajamas, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what?
Especially if you go to Walmart. That's the dress code there.
Yeah. And then, I thought that the Crocs, I thought that shit was some goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up buying a pair, and I love them. They're so comfy. They're comfy.
I made fun of everybody, and I just broke down, man, and bought some, and they're tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I seen some thugs wearing them too. I'm talking about thugs. I was like, y'all boys rocking Crocs around here.
And then, if shit goes down, you could put it in the sports mode too if you have to. You know about that, right?
No,
the little thing. I just found out. My son told me, the little thing that could.
That goes behind your heel.
Yeah, that's sports mode. That's when shit's about to pop off.
Oh,
if you're just chilling,
no.
You keep it in the front. It's crazy, man.
That shit's cool though. Everybody puts their little, what they call charms or the little things they got in it.
Yeah, man. I forget the name of them, but those are big.
I love it though, man. I love to see people just being creative, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah. So you own your own barbershop now.
Yes, sir.
Limitless Barbershop on Wyandotte and Oak Street. How did you get there? That's a big responsibility. That's a big step. But hey, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? It. So how did you get to that point? Did you have what got you there? Who encouraged you? Who pushed you? Who inspired you? And who continuously motivates you?
Well, I was 22 years old. I got out of barber college. 2002, I graduated barber college. I was the last person to graduate that school. The old man, he had run it for years and years on Michigan Avenue in Schaefer. Okay. And he didn't tell nobody. He was closing down. We go by hours. It was 2,000 hours back then. Now I believe it's 1,800. But he didn't tell anybody he was closing, and he waited for me to get my last hour in. Then he closed the next day. Now, the reason behind that, and I'll go back to the question you asked. I'm kind of going in another direction. The reason that he let me graduate, because other people that had like 300 hours ago, 500, whatever, they had to go to Detroit, Flint, or Lansing.
Oh, wow.
It was a real pain in the ass for them. But me, I never hid from haircuts. It's you're doing it for free back then in barber college.
Okay.
Man, it's your turn to take a cut. Your turn to take a cut. These motherfuckers in the bathroom on the toilet hiding. And I always, I was always very like respectful to his business, and I always like everybody walking the door, I talk to him, I ran things. So for that reason, he hooked me up. So you gotta be polite, man, and nice to people because you never know.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I tell people that all the time, like even with kids and stuff, like all that bullying stuff that's going on, man. And man, my prayers go out to to the loss of any families. For sure. They said there was another shooting. This time they said it was a girl. It was a girl shooter, bro.
Yeah.
It was a girl shooter. I'm not sure. I'm just saying I think she killed like 2-3 people.
Yeah, I just seen it right
so my
before.
prayers go out to them families, everybody involved, man. I just, I don't know what drives people to that, but I mean, I just assume maybe some type of bullying, something was going on. You never know how people, what triggers them to do something like that, man.
Yeah, I seen something right before I came in here, and yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, the thing about it is shit's always been crazy. It's always been.
But mass shootings, though, like I don't remember growing up as a kid and hearing about mass shootings like that.
We didn't have no social media.
Well, yeah, you're right about that.
You know what I mean? We didn't have no,
we just had
media.
the news, whatever the news told you.
Yeah, and you see those guys, man, how they lie and shit, and they've always been like that, fear mongering and stuff like that. But
I mean, they had what was it, trench coat mafia back in the days.
Yeah, I remember them.
I remember them guys. I remember they was putting in work. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yep, I remember, but just put it this way. You know how, like, the kids, they get off of school because they hear it's going to snow, and then it don't even snow? Back in the day when we were kids, do you think, we didn't get off of school for shit?
Bro, I was just saying this. I'm like, I mean, I'm not complaining because, like, my job, you know what I'm saying? They're like, hey, there's a winter storm coming, work from home. Mm-hmm. I'm not complaining about that. But I'm like, when I see what the storm looks like and the I'm like, what is this? Is regular shit. Man. I said, bro, I walked to school with, man, I had to wear a whole snowsuit, boots, hat, and keep it pushing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe the reason why it's so soft and like they the kids get off of school for this reason they do now is because of social media. Parents go on there, they start fucking freaking out and shit and giving everyone a hard time. They just don't want to deal with it. So they just let you got off. You get off today. Yeah, you got all the Karens.
I mean, it's really an inconvenience shit for some parents because
they got to go to work.
They got to go to work. I mean, that's what even our programs. I mean, we're pretty much babysitters, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're babysitters for the community, and
for sure.
But it's good though
good
because
you guys are doing that,
I love that they got a safe place that they can come, they can relax, they can be productive, they can learn, they can grow, they can develop their minds. You know what I'm saying? They can come there, they can do videography, photography, they can make beats, they can design logos, they can design any type of animation that they want. Like I never had no shit like that before. You know,
I respect it that you're doing what you're doing over there too. It's such a beautiful thing for you to come home, man, and not just be selfish, man. All about you know what I mean? You go there, you work with the kids, and that's definitely, man, you're gonna get blessed. You are blessed, but I'm saying you're gonna get rewarded, man, by God. Doing stuff
brother.
like that. There's no way around it.
Cause man, I don't know what it is, bro. I be feeling like I be so hard on myself. You know what I'm saying? Too. And like it helps me sometimes because a lot of people always show me a lot of love, a lot of respect, and they give me praise. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it because I don't see myself like other people do. You know what I mean?
It's funny you say that. Yep.
And so sometimes it's hard for me to treat myself according to that. Like, I mean, I know I ain't no slouch. I know my self-worth. You know what I'm saying? But I was raised to be a giver, bro. You know what I mean? And, just sometimes it's hard to feel like I'm being replenished. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I give so much where it's like I never have nothing for myself. So it's like I don't feel rich. I don't feel wealthy. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's nice to know that what I do have, I share with others.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I feel the same way throughout my life, I'll be really hard on myself. and other people are gassing me up, man, and telling, and I'm like, I don't really feel that way, like the way you guys, do. I wish I did, type deal, but I've gotten a lot better, it's a spiritual journey, people think, the way they think and the way they are, that's the way it's going to be. It's not, it's up to God.
Yeah.
You don't have control. You have control, you have free will, but at the end of the day, man, it's all God, and that's something I just now, what I just said right there is something that's new to me within the last week or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wow, for real? Wow,
I read the
that's
Bible
real
for the first time, Even though I went to Catholic school, I never paid attention. I've been an atheist, my whole life, basically.
Wow.
And
that's crazy.
This week, and I know you asked a question. We're going to go back to the question because we went into another direction. But my wife, we go to Metro Church. It's over there on by Hooters down the street right here in Taylor.
Okay.
And about 5 years ago, man, I watched a documentary that made me feel like I know for sure there's a God, there's a higher power, but I don't know about the whole Jesus thing in the Bible, It's a documentary about the earth and the way things work and stuff. And I was like, whoever orchestrated that shit, there ain't no way, man. That's an accident, right? But my wife, we've been going to church for a while, and I go with her, but I'm not a Christian at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she's always doing, donating her time and stuff. And my wife's just a very, very good person, She's like a saint, seriously, man. Like, I got lucky, for real, on that one. But so I was like, you know what, you donate your time up there. I was like, I wouldn't mind, doing something, up there. Man, I came back the next day. She had like 7 things for me to sign up for. I was like, oh, man. I said, I opened up my big mouth.
Catechism.
Yeah.
Distributing food and.
Yeah. So,
fish fry.
It's like first step program for people that are like new to the faith or whatever. And I was like, what I got to lose, man? I'll make my wife happy, whatever. I ended up going up in there. It's like every Thursday for like 6 weeks. Go in there, let the guys know, like, I'm going to keep it real with you guys, man. I'm not really into organized religion, this, that, and the other. And come out of there, man, like, reading the Bible. He got me to read Gospel of John and what was Genesis. And I said, I actually read this on my own, not because they made me, and liked it, enjoyed it, and believed it. So this is a big week for me, to be honest with you, when it comes down to my spirituality.
Congratulations, brother. That's beautiful,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Because once you reach that point of enlightenment, bro, like, bro, that shit just opens up. Your eyes open up, your mind opens up, your heart opens up in a way that you like never even, would think. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even really prepared for my growth. You know what I mean? Like, it just came from nowhere, and I just started looking at myself different. I started looking at life different. I looked at people different. I just was like, man, like, just, and then growth. Like, I had outgrown my environment in prison. I just got so sick and tired of the same conversations. I just had no place in there. I knew that I needed to get home because everything that I had learned, everything that I had endured, was preparing me to go home and apply it and create a new life for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because I just realized, I'm 40 years old now, and it's better late than never, but we're not in this. It's not our choice. We're not in this by ourselves. You know what I mean? There's a higher power. It's God.
Yes.
So when you feel like you have someone to talk to spiritually, wise, you feel like it's like a journal. I feel like it's a journal. Hey, what's up, God? I did this. You see me do this, and you're checking in and checking out. And I really, it really like hit me hard this week. And I'm sitting here thinking like, it sounded very outlandish, the Bible, it's something that's like, you don't know what, but when you actually read the Bible and understand it, it's a whole nother spiritual like situation's going to take place, man. But you have to take that step in order to feel that,
But every chapter was about somebody telling a story about God, about Jesus, about how God worked in their life, whether it was better for better or for worse. And then I realized that us as people, we are Bibles because we have many chapters to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Of ourselves.
Yep.
You know, and it's too many people in society today that could tell you more about somebody else's life that they could tell you about their own.
Oh, hell
and
yeah.
I always encourage people to do some internal work. You know what I'm saying? Do some research, do some soul searching, get to know yourself. You know what I'm saying? In prison, everybody's always reading books, and people, you know, they come to you and like what was it, the art of, I don't know, seduction or some shit like that. And then it's funny because, you know, guys will read a chapter and then come to the yard and try to like play mind games and see if shit really works. I'm like, man, you so amateur, man. You know,
Right.
Art of War, they read them books and then they come out to the yard and try to act like they, you know, sizing you up mentally. I'm like, man, get out of here. You
Mr.
Mickey
Miyagi
Mouse.
now.
Yeah, man.
Right.
But I'm like, you're a book. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like from childhood, like since life has continued, bro, you have had a story to tell. And you know, whether people realize it or not, but God has played a huge role in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you think that you got to where you at today? You know, my mother always used to try to teach me about praying and praying and praying. You know what I mean? But I didn't have that connection with God. I didn't have that spirituality because I was still dancing with the devil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, where I started to find real spirituality and real faith was I had got caught with a knife when I was up north, and they put me in a hole for like 2 months, bro. And being secluded in there, bro, by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You can't see outside or nothing. So the only way to look was internal. You know, bro, I've had so much time to think about my whole life. I'm talking about from childhood to adolescence to adulthood. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, bro, like, and then you start to change the things you like and the things you don't like. You know, my behaviors, my actions. I know where I got it from now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I know where I learned it, where I seen it, where I felt it. You know, all these types of things. And then I realized that that's how powerful the mind is. You can literally change the direction of your life, man. You know, a lot of people feel like they don't got no options. You know what I mean? People don't know how to change. They don't know where to start. And then you got that misguided loyalty, like I can't change because what are they going to say about me? What are they going to think about me? Or I just don't know where to start. You know what I mean? You got to break old habits. You got to change your conversation. You got to change the way you walk, the way you talk, what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, all that stuff,
100%.
bro. But I craved growth so much, like it just took me over, bro.
And it shows now.
And I was just outgrowing everything, bro. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's been like that. You know, I've been outgrowing people, places, and things since then, bro.
100. Yeah, once you come to the point in your life when you realize that we're not in this alone. You know what I mean? There's a God watching everything that you're doing. And the pastor said something the other day, and I don't want to get too like in a political direction, but he said, with today's society, he said everybody's like, my body, my choice, my body, my choice. You know, he goes, if it was your body, your choice, why don't you live forever? And I was like, oh shit, he done dropped the mic, man. Why don't you live forever if it was your choice? And that really kind of hit me. I was like, damn, something to think about, you know?
I mean, from birth, consciously or unconsciously, you're living to die. Even though, although every day we wake up grateful to be alive, but every day that we wake up, we one day closer to death.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
ultimately.
sure.
But that's why you're supposed to appreciate what you have, you know, because, you know, you'd be lucky to live to be 70 or 100 years old, and that shit passes like that, you know?
Man. Yeah, so this week, man, it's crazy that I'm going on the podcast like right now because just in the last 4 days, it's been like crazy for me. You know, I'm really thinking back at a lot of things, and I start to really understand like I do have a guardian angel. Some shit happened to me, man, you know, that I didn't even think about up until recently, that I shouldn't be alive, you know, a bunch of times, you know.
What happened with that situation, man? What happened to you,
Well,
bro?
there's one in particular. I could go on and on, a bunch of different stuff. Like, I'd have so many stories that are similar. People start to be like, nah, you're just over here trying to tell the story, you know. But the one in particular that comes to my mind is, you know, right there I got shot, but I got grazed in the head.
Okay.
It was on Springwells at Charlie's.
The bar, Charlie.
Yeah, and I had the
okay.
barbershop at this time. It was 2000, and I opened up in 2005. So I was 22 years old, and I was still going back and forth the neighborhood. And I met this one of the guys, from the barbershop in Wyandotte. I was like, "What up, man? Come with me. Come down to my neighborhood." He ain't never seen no shit like this before. I'm up in there, and I grew up, around there, and I know everyone that worked there, and my parents know everybody and shit. So I get away with a lot of shit. I'm over here bartending when I was like 15, in the hood, 16 years old. But
damn.
I'll tell the story. So we're in the bar, and I'm drinking, and these Mexican dudes that we ain't never seen before, they're like some cholos, like from East LA looking dudes. But they're not really bothering nobody. But they're starting to get, kind of loud and obnoxious. And I look over, the dude's twirling a pool stick and shit, right? And I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I told my dude, I said, come here. I was like, who the fuck are these guys? He was like, I don't know. He looks at me, he's looking at me, drinks a beer, walks up to him, cracks him, bang. So it's 3-on-3 at this point. And man, we were fighting, going at it, and ended up in the front of the bar. We're outside, man, we're going at it. I dropped the one dude, bing, left hook, and then I go chasing the one guy down Springwells. So I grab his jacket, and then he got away. So I'm like, all right, turn back around. By the time I get back, the dude that I had dropped gets up, pulls out a strap, going, everyone's going crazy all of a sudden. Boom, right? Hit me right here. I had 7 staples in the top of my head.
Damn.
And I remember when it happened, remember in the movie 8 Mile when Cheddar Bob shot himself?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got quiet. That's how it was, man.
Damn.
I'm gushing. Everybody just rolls out. Shoom, shoom, shoom. And
everybody got the fuck on.
Yeah, I remember.
Who tried to help you? Did anybody try to help you?
Man, I ran. I was in the back of the bar, and I remember I passed out from lack of, I was losing so much blood. And I hid between like a garbage can in the building. And my uncle pops up, snatches me up. It's crazy this day because, I really don't remember a whole lot of it. Mm-hmm. But I remember they're flying me to the emergency room, Henry Ford Hospital. And the doctor said, I've been doing this for 30 years. He said, I'm not joking when I tell you this is gunshot wound is the biggest miracle out of anyone that I've ever seen when it comes to some shit like that because of the way, it hit me. I had staples in my head, it split me, but it was this close away from my brain. So I have to feel like this, like the guardian angel, how is that going to happen? I feel that the guardian angel was there, and when the gun went off, she kind of nudged the gun or something, you know what I mean? Because it's just something that I didn't even think about, man, up until recently, because I didn't give a fuck. The next day I'm cutting hair. I don't give a fuck. I'm still
Are you
going.
serious?
Yeah, I didn't
Hell
care.
no.
It didn't affect me in that way. I didn't give a fuck. I went on about my business and was doing knucklehead shit the next day.
Damn.
And that's not the first time,
Yeah.
It's not the first, but that was the most memorable because of where it was,
Yeah. You wasn't supposed to be here.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing with my man BY. He got shot 8 times. My man J-Mo, he doing a good deed trying to help a guy out. Got shot twice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just it happens, bro, when you live in urban communities, bro, and everybody's the answer to any type of problem, the only solution is murder. I gotta kill somebody, I gotta shoot somebody, and that's terrible. That's the very shit that has destroyed our community and our people and trust. That's why nobody trusts nobody likes nobody, everybody's disconnected from everybody. Even people within their own circles don't even trust
No.
People don't trust God. People don't, you know what I mean? Like, they don't trust each other. Some people don't even trust themselves, because of everything that they've been influenced by.
There's so much atheism, I guess you'd call it, in the United States more than ever. Now, have you ever heard, like, one of your uncles or aunts be like, yeah, when we used to live in Southwest back in the day, when your mom or dad were young, we didn't even have to lock the doors.
Yeah.
And that was across the country. It was like that. It was safe.
They had standards. They had a morality,
because of it was Christianity in the household back then. So people eat dinner at the dinner table. They said prayers, and it was safe back then. I believe it's because everyone felt that, I'm not going to do this because there's a penalty. I don't want to go to hell, whatever it might be. And I know some people might be extreme with it. It depends on, But I think the Christianity being, based in the United States the way it was back then is the reason why everything was so much safer than it is now. Now people are like, I don't believe in God. Fuck you. You know what I mean? And you see
but that's what I'm saying. The reality of things is when you come from the trenches and you in a church and they talking about going to hell and all that, I'm like, shit, I live in hell.
Yeah,
what
right?
is you talking
Here.
about? What the fuck do I got to lose? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I live in hell. Every time I walk out, I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna get shot or shoot somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard to have faith. And then you're like, God, who is God? Where's God? I thought God look out for people. Why are we in the trenches? Why are we poor? Why are we, you know what I'm saying, struggling? Why are we dying? Why is everybody addicted to drugs? Why is everybody an alcoholic? Why is everybody, I was taught, a man controls his house, he controls his woman, he beats his woman when she don't listen. Like, and I've seen it in action, you know what I mean? And that's the type of shit that you're taught, and you think that shit is normal, So you're like, God, who is God? You know what I mean? Like, when I went to prison, bro, I learned about so many different religious groups, Muslims. I've read parts of the Quran. I've read the Bible. Atheists. I mean, everything. Everybody, bro. People who hated, didn't believe in nothing. Devil worshippers. Everything I was in there with, bro. And I asked my mom. I said, "Mom, why'd you raise me as a Catholic?" She said, "Mijo, I don't know. I was raised as a Catholic, so
with your parents,
there was no true substance about it. Like, we were just the blind leading the blind. You know what I'm saying? We were just passing on trauma, lies, baggage, you know what I'm saying? Here, son, take this with you on your journey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
like what you said, your mom told you, we're Catholics, right? Her parents were, you are what you're taught.
we
Whatever
wore
your
our
parents
rosaries and everything because we
Yeah.
really believe that this is protecting us, keeping us safe,
Yep, for sure. But I did say this the other day, and I really feel I'll stand by this, in the future. But you never know; things change, But I feel that no matter how far I go when it comes down to, my Christianity, or, my journey into spirituality, there's only one God, right? I feel that I could go into a mosque and pray to the same God that I would at a church. And a lot of people are like, no, it's not the same. I'm like, everybody's praying to the same God. They just have different ways of doing it and different messengers and stuff like that. Different
it's just
stories.
idolatry. That's one of the things that I was taught about different religions is the idolatry. You know what I'm saying? The carpets, the kufis, the beads, the rosaries, the saints, the statues, the churches, the holy what, like all these types of things that people are so sacred about. You know what I'm saying? But these are things. These are objects. You know what I'm saying? When you see people with crosses in their houses and pictures of Jesus, and you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody ever seen Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Not now, not in thousands of years. You know what I mean? So who really knows what you looking at? You know what I mean? So idolatry kind of, indoctrinates and sometimes brainwashes people to things. But and I'm not disrespecting nobody. I'm just saying spirituality. I don't need no Bible. I don't need a rosary. I don't need to be politically correct when I talk to God. You know what I'm saying? I know God is real because I'm here today. I'm not doing life in prison and I'm not dead. You know what I'm saying? So, we all learn from things, but we all here because we still have a purpose.
Yep.
But
I ain't never going to tell anyone like they ain't shit. You know what I mean? For the way they believe.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
I used to go at people, man, their necks back in the day about religion. I'd be like, bro, like, come on, man. Seriously, I'm not gonna believe in something I can't see, this, that, and the other. But like I said, now that I feel the way that I do, I still got a long way to go, man. But I'm never gonna tell anybody that the way they think is the wrong way, or you ain't shit because of it. Because everyone has their journey, and it happens at different times. Some don't happen at all.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's talk about Limitless, bro. Let's talk about that, the business, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly about that.
Well, 2005, it wasn't called Limitless before. You know that, right? It was called J Styles Barbershop. That was the name of my barbershop when we first opened, and we rebranded and changed the name maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
So it wasn't
What
always
made you
called-
rebrand it?
Well, here goes the thing. I was a knucklehead. When I first came down to Wyandotte, they weren't doing fades down there. There was nobody even knew what a fade was. They went to fucking like Great Clips, you know, and get the haircuts like that.
Bo-Ricks and
Yeah,
shit.
some
Sam's.
ladies. Yep.
What was it? Fantastic Sam's.
Yep. Everyone got
Hell no.
Everyone gets their hair. Oh, my stylist, Lori, she could do a fade. Like, nah, man, that's a chili bowl, right? But they weren't doing fades back then. I was the first one to come down. I'm from the neighborhood. I remember the first day I was there on Oak Street. I remember I'm cutting hair. We didn't have no sign, man, nothing for like a long time. And when I say we didn't have like no. I had one chair, a couple milk crates. And people think, come on, Jay, you had no milk crate. You exaggerate. I'm like, that's what we had when we first started off for people to sit. But I remember I'm cutting hair and I seen a motherfucker run past. I jump up. I ran out. Because, you know, when you see a motherfucker running, what do you think? Something's wrong.
Yeah.
The dude was jogging. And I was like, damn, you know, this is a big, this is a big change, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it took me a while. Nobody came in the barbershop. I didn't have no sign. There wasn't no social media back then. And nobody even knew I existed. So I remember I'd walk down.
So you opened a business and didn't even have a clientele yet?
Nope, just my family and my friends that, you know, from the neighborhood that would come down. But
Okay.
nobody had no clue that I was there. And they sure in the hell didn't know what a damn lineup was, right? So I remember I walked down to Bishop Park. I'd walk down there. And I just walk up. I walk up to everybody, and I still do it to this day. Everybody, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Where you get your haircut at? Hey, listen, man. Here goes my card. If it's not the best haircut you ever had in your life, it's for free. No, you know, you ain't ever gotta see me again. No hard feelings. So that was my little, you know.
That was your pitch. That was the jingle.
Yeah. Now things are different now. There's a lot of barbers, a lot of good barbers, but back then I could stand by that because there ain't nobody fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know, back then there. So I remember I got a few of the kids from Wyandotte to come, and then next thing you know, they come back with like 5 of their boys, and that's how it happened, man, all word of mouth. Because we didn't have no social media. Well, fucking MySpace wasn't even out yet, I don't think.
I'll tell you what, social media is good. It's a good networking tool. You know, it works. But I'll tell you what, word of mouth, though, bro.
That's always the best,
goes
man.
far, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
A lot of my guests, a lot of my networking has been more about you know, word of mouth, you know, being in person, talking, building, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you refer everybody to, oh yeah, check me out over here, check me out on this, you know what I mean? But I always stay prepared because it's important to promote yourself, man. You got to get business cards. You got to be able to network. You got to make yourself available. You got to be present in community events, local events, you know, introducing yourself. I mean, putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if you, I'm sure you do know this. I'm sure people tell you this about yourself, but you have a gift with social media. That's not for everybody, man. There's people that are good at communicating on social media, and there's people that are not. You know what I mean? I could tell, man, that you're always prepared and you're doing your thing, and you're gonna go a long way because it's
I'll
a
tell
gift.
you this, I ain't gonna lie.
I don't like social media
If
because
it wasn't
pisses
for
me
my
off.
guy Brian Ruiz, I don't know where I'd be. Facebook would be the only thing I'd be doing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because you know, season 4, we sat down. I said, bro, I want to do things different. I want to expand. I want to grow. I want to utilize all the potential, all the platforms.
Killing it,
And
man.
we've been doing it. Last night, I got a call from Sonny Ovando. Shout out to him. And he was just giving me so much praise because all these new reels and clips are out right now of when we did the red carpet premiere, and they were just complimenting me on the work. Like I was like,
I watched them
brother,
all.
I said I did not do that. I was like, that's my engineer, that's my production team. You know, they make it happen. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? He was like, man, it was so dope. It was so professional. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel good about it because that's a reflection of me. I'm a reflection of you. You're a reflection of me. It shows the professionalism. It shows the work, the effort. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's the behind the scenes people sometimes that don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, you know, we move as one, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. How
And,
does it feel, man? Like, you know,
man,
you were locked up not so long ago. Now you're on the red carpet, man. I see you. You got the microphone out. The dopest thing about that whole situation to me was your hat, dog.
You
The
like
hat
that
you were
hat?
wearing?
Yeah,
I
that
said,
hat was
oh,
sweet.
shit, that's
yeah.
a bad motherfucker, man.
And that's what Sonny was telling me too. He was like, bro, he's like, you just did 17 years in prison.
Yes.
And he was like, bro, do you know who you just interviewed? He said, you interviewed all the top people in the movies right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got big
He's
things
like, I
coming,
don't
man.
know not one person that has come out of prison and built what you built in such a short time. And look where you're at right now. You know what I mean?
So when you were, your last year or whatever it might be, did you like write down your plan on what you want to do when you get out, or did it just happen?
I just knew I wasn't going to do anything that was going to send me back to prison.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to redeem myself. I wanted to do good. I wanted to live a healthy life. I learned the difference between circumstantial and unconditional love. I learned the difference between, loyalty, and misguided loyalty. You know what I mean? The concept of respect. You got to battle your demons. You got to, all these things
100%.
that we were raised with pertaining to, pride and ego and, what defines a man and all like, bro, I went through all that transition, mental transition, behavior transition, verbal transition. And I said, you know what, man, I want to start over. I got a fresh start at life, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got brothers in the joint right now. They're doing natural life, bro. And these guys are going to college. They got degrees and everything in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like if they came home, they would be doing better than most people. You know what I'm saying? But, I do it because I felt like this was my purpose. I had to go through all that shit, everything since childhood, all the suffering, all the danger, all the hurt, all the pain, all the loss.
Yeah.
But right now, like they say, man, you stick to the script, man, and you walk with God, bro, and all your blessings going to come to you tenfold. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I'm not where I want to be, but I am grateful to be where I am at today because I'm doing way better than I was then. You know what I'm
feeling that
saying?
right there. I'm feeling that for sure.
For real,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I love life. I appreciate life. You know what I'm saying?
I hear a lot of stories, people locked up, and everybody has this plan. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, when I get out the joint, I'm going to be real estate and the shit. But a lot of people don't, once you get back out and you get around your old people, man, and, shit starts popping off, they go into their old ways. You hold it down, man.
But I had to
man.
do it in there, though. See, some people will be like, okay, I'll wait till I get home before I start changing. I'm like, bro, not going to work. If you can't do it now and in here, you definitely ain't going to be able to do it out there.
Yep.
You got to be able to cultivate yourself to be a positive, critical thinker and discipline yourself and stay focused and prioritize your life. I said, because once you get home, there's going to be so much temptation, money, drugs, women, alcohol, everything. So if you're not going out with this discipline, this focus, and this strength, bro, you're fucking doomed to think that I'm going to change my life when I get there. And it's crazy because, bro, I've had conversations with guys who have been down for 20 years, and you know what I can't wait to get home because I'm going to kill my baby mama.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? After 20 years, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker told me I can't wait to get home so I can get high. That's the first thing he want to do is get home so he can get high. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, what kind of shit is you on? You lost in the sauce, bro. You ain't got no goals. You ain't got no vision. You ain't got no self-worth. You know what I mean? Like, that is sad. That is unfortunate,
and that's
bro.
really normal, too. Am I right? Like
it is, bro.
More, yeah.
Listen, man, it was just crazy. Like it was like everybody that was coming through quarantine and coming into prison was a drug addict, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I fed right into it. I caught a dope case in prison. I never sold heroin in my life, bro. Because even though my family come from drug dealing history, bro, like our whole background was about coke. Coke was a party drug. All the adults did coke and weed, you know what I'm saying? And alcohol, but my family never got off into the heroin and crack and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I sold crack for 30 days of my life one time. A cousin threw me over there on Morel, Toledo and Morel. This nigga got me in a trap house. I'm like 15 years old. I'm telling the nigga I'm trying to get some shoes for school. He gonna throw me in a trap house.
Damn.
It was my worst experience in my whole history and life of hustling, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No
like
running water.
he put me in a trap house, nigga. It wasn't nothing but a couch and a table in that bitch.
Shit.
And I had a homie where to make a $10 sale, a crack sale, I had to have a nigga behind me with a gun. Damn. I'm like, damn, bro, like I was like, bro, I never want to sell this shit. This is the most, and then the money is so ugly and dirty and balled up and grimy. I'm like, dog, hell no, this is not for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's nothing comparison to like a crackhead in a crack house. You know, there was one down the street on Norman, and I remember this white girl, man. I was probably like 16, 17 years old. I used to be down there with them hanging out, and this chick named Morgan. I called her Morgan in the morning because she popped up 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, but she would go down to Arbor Drugs, well, CVS, but it was Arbor Drugs, Springles and Vernon. He'd write a list, man, of shit. Because he had a baby, get some diapers, get a Barney motherfucking video, shit for the kid. Man, she'd go up in there, come back with all the shit.
Damn.
You know, who else to do that?
Boosters.
Crackhead.
Boosters, baby. Boost. I used to love the boosters because I used to use them for the Infamil. They used to get that baby, the baby Infamil. I said, I need boosters for that shit.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, that's a
yeah, bro, you know, it's just sad to see things the way, you know, there's so much in life that is thriving and then there's so much that isn't, you know, and death don't discriminate, addiction don't discriminate. Nope. It reaches everybody high and low. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But man, Jay, man, I really appreciate you coming on, sharing your story before we close out. Let me see, Sunday, April 2nd at the Rollercade over on Schaefer, man. Show up, show out. My man J-Mo, he's going to be there. He's got his Motivated clothing line. He's got all local vendors there. It's going to be a dope experience. If you guys got some time and a couple extra dollars, man, go show up Sunday, April 2nd at the Rollercade. Go there, show some love, show some support, man. Spend a couple dollars and show some love. Shout out to my brother Zoe. Spring is right around the corner. LA Landscaping, Google it, check him out, reach out to him. He's a professional. Have your backyard, front yard, everything looking good, looking professional. Shout out to Brian Ruiz and the Legal Aliens podcast. Shout out to all the cast, Undying Love premiere, everybody who was acting in that. Shout out to Dominic Ovando, my guy Sonny, everybody. Much love to you guys. I told you guys 2023 I was not playing no games, tap in or tap out. This is my year and beyond. You know what I'm saying? So much love to everybody who's sharing, subscribing, and showing support. Much love, and I salute y'all.
Woo, good? Woo, there we go.
You ran out of air again, bro. Holy shit.
Oh, shit. Hey, man. Hey, Jimmy, I fucking put my ringer off, right? I don't know what the fuck you're doing that for. No, that was an alarm. Fucking bastards. Shit. Hey, man, blow it up, Donnie. You were here the whole time? This is what I got. This is what I got. How the hell, Jimmy?